American Soul, BET Season 2, Episode 8, So Long Sucker, Season Finale. Shaka Khan is on the Soul Train, I guess, doing the rehearsal. Melanie Fiona is played by Shaka Khan. She's doing her thing. Richard Pryor bumps into Don Cornelius' business partner that owns the Afro Sheen products and is also part business partner with Soul Train. And he's upset that Richard Pryor is on the show hosting, and he's not too pleased with that. It's a decision and wants to talk to Don. Don and Gerald fighting about dealing with Ruby. Then Gerald collapses, some problem with his lungs where Ruby stabbed him last episode in the affected area, and he's in the hospital. And Don confides in Abrams and telling him that he's having a medical issue with his head migraines and blacking out and can't see at times. And he's supposed to go back to do more tests. He's supposed to be in a partnership with another TV show thing that he's trying to work on. And Gerald's ready to get out the hospital to deal with Ruby. Don is talking to the people of the Midnight Special. It's a variety TV show during that time in the 70s. Had different guests on there. And he seems to be having another dizzy spell. I think he sees Ruby or Delusions of Ruby coming after him. And he wants to have a private meeting in the office. Richard Pryor talks to Tessa. He knows the rules about no cussing, not saying the Lord's name in vain, and all the other host of rules they had to do on the TV, national TV thing. Gerald gets a tip on Ruby, and they go someplace. She has the whole building rigged with explosives, with cross lines. If you go across that line, that string thing, that the explosives be activated in the building. He tells his guy to pull his foot back real slowly so that it will not trigger the bombs to go off. Yikes. The cop friend and them, to get there, they talk, and they said that these gangsters now are in L.A. and this whole thing with Ruby, what's going on? Richard Pryor's talking to Shaka Khan. He's flirting with her. Tessa tells Richard, leave Shaka. She's too young for you. Richard wants to start flirting with Tessa. She's not budging. He says, somebody must have hurt you. And, the guy that's playing Richard Pryor, I don't know this guy, but he sounds just like Richard, and he has the mannerisms down. I don't know the guy's name right now. But anyway, Don and the TV producers are doing dope in the meeting. Oh, boy. Don wants to go to do another show with them and have, I guess, Hank Aaron as the host or something. Then he has a dizzy spell. Said that he can't keep up with them. He has to go to the bathroom. Simone and JT are arguing about getting his sister back from the adopted family. Chicago mob grabs Gerald while he's walking down the street. Don is looking in the hall for something, a bathroom or something. He does more narcotics. And he's having delusions that he sees a woman that he thinks is Ruby, and he attacks the woman, tell her Ruby to leave him alone or whatever, and the woman runs off. And is it really Ruby or somebody else? Then he goes back to the meeting. Then the woman that he attacked was another woman that was not Ruby, as we suspected. She wants to press charges on Don. And Don said every time a person has a celebrity, women are always trying to bring them down and all that stuff. Gerald talks to the mob about Ruby. She has access to military weapons, and y'all are being watched by the police. And seems like Gerald's trying to play another chess move. JT meets with the father of the adopted family, and they meet at this college, and he wants JT to apply at this college to get his degree, which will be probably a great idea since he's messing with Gerald, and that's not really going too well. Anyway, Don Cornelius is back home. That's weird. He's back home. He's in the bed with some hookers. Then the business partner for After Sheen is beating down the door, wants Don to talk to him. He wants to get out of Soul Train. And he gives him the money and said, if you can guarantee me free commercials for the next 3 years, we could still continue doing business together. And Don says, he wants to answer, and Don says, no, goodbye, George. Wow. And I can't figure out what happened to the lady that was pressing charges against him at that meeting where he attacked the woman thinking that was Ruby. I guess that didn't press charges on him. They must have worked it out some kind of way. But anyway, Brooks is upset. He's mad at Don for messing up another deal that he arranged, and Don says, things happen, and I can't, go into it in detail, but some things happen, this, that, and the third, and he said the deal was on, but you're gonna probably mess it up like everything else. You're gonna blame it on drugs, migraines, racism. You're gonna blame it on everything, but you don't want to deal with the problem. So then Don goes back to his office, and he's just slumped in his office. Gerald goes after Ruby. They grab her, and then she attacks his guy, and then she goes in the crowd and grabs a woman up and pulls a knife to her neck and basically cuts her, stabs her with the blood, and she puts the blood and licks the blood all over her face. Then she sees the cops and saying that this bad man Gerald that owns a nightclub is the one that beat her up. And she pulls out her gun, and he gets behind her and shoots her. And it appears that Ruby is dead and blood coming out of her. And the cops arrest Gerald. And Simone and JT go see the adopted parents of his sister. At first, it seems like the sister didn't want to talk to JT, and then she knows his name, and she grabs him and hugs him. It's a real touching moment. JT talks with the police. They need an ID. He gets his ID number on his ID, and they said, no, they want the ID on the woman. He said, that's Ruby something Daniels. He said, that is your wife? He said, not anymore. And he said, could I please talk to my lawyer? And then they put him in jail. Don Cornelius is getting tests on his brain, and then old episodes of Soul Train comes on the TV tube, and then it goes off. And this is the last season episode of season 2 of American Soul, episode 8. And I hope they'll bring this back. Well, with things going on with the corona thing, we'll see how that's going to pan out. But most likely they'll have another season. Well, that's it for now. If you like my videos, y'all please hit that like icon if you can, and subscribe to Mujahid72. As always, everybody take care, peace, and blessings to everybody. Thank you.